मैम वॉइस नहीं आ रही है।
No audio.
Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll leave the introduction part. I'll introduce myself. I'm Dr. Ratnesh Singh. I'm Associate Professor in Physical Education and looking after as a Director Charge of UGC HRTC. I hope you all know you are participating the course in the same wing of the university. I'm teaching from 2002 in higher education, and I have. I would request everybody please mute your mic. Thank you very much. So I'm teaching from 2002. I have some of the privilege to work with some of the professional players and professional teams. So not going too much in detail, I worked 2 years as a strength and conditioning coach with Kolkata Knight Riders, and then I have worked with the junior Indian team 1916 both. Worked for the Bengal Ranji team, worked for the women Indian team, and these are some of the additional work what I have done apart from the teaching. So this is what I am. So not wasting too much time, I'll be starting. So is there any issue? Should I start then?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sure.
Thank you very much. Okay, so today,
Yes, sir, you can proceed.
topic, yeah, thank you. Anyone can answer. That's all. So mute your mic. Mute your mic. Thank you very much. So my topic for today's presentation would be coaching style. So one thing I want to ask you all, you all are comfortable in English or Hindi or mixed? क्या चल रहा है? चलेगा.
Bible
We are
language.
comfortable in English, sir.
English, sir.
Sir,
By
English,
neutral
English.
mixed language.
Because most of the
Bilingual?
Bilingual.
Sir, Hindi.
So
Sir,
bilingual,
English.
I'll use.
Sir, mix
Some
Hindi
of
and
the
English, both
people,
are mixed.
friends, some of the people are saying Hindi also bilingual. So we'll see their emotion also. We'll give the value to their emotion also. So I'll move ahead. So coaching style. Every individual has coaching style. With that, there are some people, those who were very good coaches or big players in the nation. And some of the players you might have seen, they are not big coaches, big players, but they are successful coaches. Now, can I ask anybody, can anybody answer me, why haven't we seen any of the big player as a big coach? Anyone? Can anyone
Sorry,
answer?
sir. Sorry,
We
sir.
haven't seen the biggest of the players in the country as the big coaches also. They are not successful.
No, sir.
No.
Cricket.
Any game. I am from cricket, so I'll be talking
Unable to
from
express
cricket.
their views.
Sorry.
Unable to express their views.
One of the thought is this. Yes, you are right, and I'll talk from the perspective of cricket since I am from cricket. I don't know many games, so we'll try to connect with
ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್
the,
ಕಾಲೇಜು
we'll try to connect
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
with the,
ಫೇಮಸ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು.
okay.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
So
ಫೇಮಸ್
please
ಏನು
mute your, so develop
Volleyball, volleyball, volleyball.
ವಾಲಿಬಾಲ್.
what I'm saying is I'll talk more of cricket since I am from cricket, and the other things will all judge. We'll try to understand. I'll try to connect from the other games. So developing your own philosophy in the game, in the coaching, is very important. What we see, what we try, कई बार हम कोशिश करते हैं that we try to copy some person or some individual or some coach who is a successful person, and copying somebody is not a good idea because you are you and myself is me, so I can't be somebody else or you can't be me. It's like that, as simple as that. So develop your own philosophy in coaching. Try to be yourself. The simplest way to prove yourself is to be yourself, honest, and show what you are. That is the only thing to be successful in coaching. So what is philosophy? Philosophy is basically a composition of some of the subjects like metaphysics, epistemology, axiology, ethics, logic, aesthetics, poetry, and so on. So just a minute, I'm trying to, excuse me for 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So these are few of the subjects which combine to make philosophy, and these are metaphysics, epistemology, axiology, poetry, philosophy, ethics, logic, aesthetics, etc. So they all combine. And what is metaphysics? We'll keep it short, very short. Metaphysics is basically a principle of existence, what you are, what is how the universe evolved, and so on. Epistemology is a method of obtaining knowledge and a kind of knowledge that can be gained. Axiology is what is the values of the life, judgments, and ethics is basically moral character. Logic, I think everybody knows, to intelligently or think something out of the box, think something special. And aesthetics is determining criteria for beauty in nature. I think everybody knows this also. And poetry is how beautifully can you explain something. This is what poetry is. So philosophy is basically the Meaning is pursuit of wisdom, we know, love of wisdom, etc., etc. And it gives you answer to what, why, how, when, etc., etc. So ultimately, what I want to tell is basically how you derive the philosophy of the coaching. Now, philosophy is a branch of psychology or foundation of the psychology, basically. So, coaches, without having better philosophy, they, they, so, do you know the conditions of your own mind? Some questions to be asked. Is the philosophy of your life well formulated? Is your philosophy of coaching well defined? Are you uncertain about the beliefs of important issues in the life? Are you uncertain about the beliefs of important issues in the coaching in sports? Now, such uncertainty leads to inconsistency in behavior. You should not have these questions or these uncertainties basically while you are coaching in the field of sports. So these three questions you must ask yourself before starting your coaching, starting or you are going to start coaching. These questions, when you ask these questions, I think you are going to understand why you are coaching and what should be the philosophy of the coaching. So first thing, why I am coaching? There may be a lot of answers. I am coaching for name, fame, this and that, money, etc., etc. Who I am coaching? What level of player and why I am coaching and to whom and what kind of coach I want to be. These three questions you should ask yourself every time. You should ask your question, these things. So, three questions I throw in front of you: teaching, training, and coaching. Can you tell me, any one of you, what is teaching, what is training, what is coaching? Are these same or they are different? If same, why? If not, why different? And what are these? Answers, please. I want answers from your side, one by one. I think everybody is teaching in college and university, etc., etc. So these three questions might be clear to you. What is teaching? What is training? And what is coaching? Answers, please. Hurry up.
सर टीचिंग मींस के उसको बेसिक से ही हमको सिखा रहा है. ट्रेनिंग मींस
Basics.
वो हाँ ट्रेनिंग मींस के वो सीखा हुआ है और उसे और अच्छा करना है. एंड कोचिंग
Okay.
जो प्लेयर अच्छा है उसको एडवांस कोचिंग में ले जाना है.
ओके
That means
सो मैं इसमें और एक्सटेंशन मांग रहा हूं आपसे कि
Yes, sir.
ये क्या हम थ्योरी में यूज करते हैं या प्रैक्टिकल में यूज करते हैं या गेम में ही यूज करते हैं. हम इसको स्कूल टीचिंग या क्लासरूम टीचिंग में यूज
ये
नहीं कर
तीनों
सकते.
मेथड है वो जो हम बोथ कर सकते हैं. प्रैक्टिकल एंड थियरिकल दोनों में कर सकते हैं.
दोनों में यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके और कोई कुछ इसमें ऐड कर सकता है? यस प्लीज. Anyone can add, please. I think everybody is teacher. I think you should be clear to these three things. These are the basic things: teaching, training, coaching.
Sir, I thought teaching means the knowledge is shared within the classroom.
Within the classroom, okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Training means the knowledge imparted in the ground or out of the classroom.
Out of the classroom, training. Okay.
Yeah.
Coaching.
Sir, I think the coaching means the knowledge has shared not only the person by the group of trainers. I think the group of people, those who shared their knowledge to the students.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll make it some points you had made clear, some points I'll differentiate. See, teaching, training, and coaching both can be utilized in classroom as well as out of the classroom. Both the things, all the three things, either in the classroom, out of the classroom. It may be practical, it may be theory both. Now I'll give you an example. When you're teaching some basic skill, let it be football push pass in the football, or underarm pass in the volleyball, or overhead pass in the volleyball, or chest pass in the basketball, any game. So what do we do when we start in teaching lesson? We give the elementary impression. Anna? We give the elementary impression, okay, these pass is utilized for this particular skill or this particular technique. When do we use? How do we use? And what are the benefits? Now, giving an elementary impression of anything is teaching. Let it be classroom, let it be game. Anywhere it can be used. Same is in the classroom. When a new student comes to the classroom, what we do, we teach them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, up to Z. So first he recites. When he understands A, B, C, D, then we tell them how to write A in a capital letter, how to write B, C, up to Z. When he writes A, B, C, D up to Z, now that is giving an elementary impression, and we teach them A for apple, B for ball, Z for zebra. Same thing was done in the football field. Same thing is being done in the classroom, teaching, giving an elementary impression. Then we tell the student, okay, write A, B, C, D. So when he writes capital letter A, he practices. There is a four-line copy, and the kid practices writing A, B, C, D in the capital letter form. If there is and A in the full page, next page is total B, third page is total C, fourth page is total D, and so on and so forth. So when he repeats A, B, C, D continuously, keeps on writing A, B, C, D, what he does? He is undergoing training. He is undergoing training. The same thing is in the football push pass. When you tell them, okay, push pass, the opponent, the person standing in front of you is your partner, and you have to pass the ball with the ground, pushing the ball, and it should go directly to the leg of the partner standing in front of you. Now he is doing a training. So you gave the elementary impression of push pass, you gave the elementary impression of capital letter A, B, C, D, and the same thing is being practiced by writing A, B, C, D and push pass in football. So training, the kid is going under training of push pass and writing capital letter. And the third one is coaching. He may have some fault while writing A, or he may have some fault while passing the ball. So correction of those faults are basically the coaching done by you. Okay? When he makes a mistake, you try to correct those faults, it is called as coaching. So rectification of the fault is coaching, practicing to attain skill is training, and teaching is an elementary impression. All the three things can be done in classroom, theoretical part, all the three things can be done in the ground also. Any questions in this? I think I have made it clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is coaching? Coaching is the process of imparting technique. I think everybody knows technique, skill, knowledge, and attitudes, which is aimed at improving the performance of an individual by using methods appropriate to their abilities and aspiration. Everybody does it. Use lot of coaching equipments, apparatus to make the individual a better performer. Nowadays, you get a lot of gadgets to train the individual. So basically, it's a correction or rectification of the fault, what is being done by the players. Now, if I ask you what is coaching, and I think everybody, you have undergone coaching lessons or teaching lessons, you have done during your graduation, BPEd and MPEd?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
everybody has done. So while taking the lesson, there used to be something that when teacher comes, your evaluating teacher comes. What do you do at that time? The moment we used to see, teacher is coming, intentionally we try to find out the faults in the students. Intentionally we try to find out the faults. And we think coaching is basically finding faults. It's not like that. Mind it, it's never like that. We are finding the faults. Lot of people, listen these words, many people believe coaching is about analysis. Mind it, too much often analysis leads to paralysis. Very important thing. Lots of analysis always leads to paralysis. So whatever the candidate or the player is in front of you, what you have to do is not analyzing too much, try to correct that individual, or if you are not able to try to correct that individual, what you have to do is you have to make his weak point as a strong. Only two things can be done in sports. Weak things can be made stronger, and strong points can be made still stronger. Two things. Okay? Weak points to be made stronger, and strong points to be made still stronger. Now, how do we paralyze a kid or a player? Just see in the next slide. There is a father and son and trying to play. Son is trying to throw a ball and father says, don't throw it over my head. Don't throw it too low. Turn sideways. Don't release it too soon. Aim at my gloves and follow through. After the throw, go for the follow through. Now that kid is confused, paralyzed, and he says, Papa, can't I throw a ball? Now, simply, you lose the interest of a player when you try to analyze a lot of things. Don't analyze too much in new players or novice player. Let them enjoy. They have come for the fun and enjoyment. Now, if you remember your school days, let it be 5-minute break. Let it be 5-minute recess break, or let it be half an hour lunch break. I have question to you, what you used to do? आप क्या करते थे lunch break में खाना खाने के तुरंत बाद?
Voice is interrupting.
Voice is interrupting?
No, it's okay, sir.
It's fine? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what you used to do during the
Yes,
lunch duration, खाना खाने के बाद में, what you used to do during the school days? I have a simple question, or 10 minutes break, recess break. What you used to do? क्या करते थे आप?
दौड़ पकड़ खेलते थे.
Relaxation.
Simple thing, we used to go and play. If you get 5 minutes also, you will play.
We'll go and play.
You'll do anything, and that is the fun what the kid has. I think everybody has read that theory of a kid, that is surplus energy theory, in the recreation. Kids, they have surplus energy, and that has to be wasted. That has to be taken out from the kid, or else the growth won't be proper. Growth won't be proper. Therefore, it is said that physical activity is very much compulsory for the kids. Now, communication is very important thing in the coaching. Very important thing. And there is a principle called KISS principle. कोई जानता है कि what is KISS principle? Anybody knows? Can somebody tell me what is KISS principle? No. KISS principle is keep it short and simple. Keep it very short and simple. Keep it short and simple. Communication, very important thing. Never tell a kid what not to do. Always tell kid what to be done. क्या करना चाहिए उस पे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देना है. कभी भी ये नहीं बोलना है कि अरे भैया ये मत करो. You should not do like this thing. It should not be like that. You know, that negative words have a big power that are more impulsive. Basically, they are more impulsive. I'll give you one example. Now, if I ask you all, okay, look at me. Can you please keep your cameras on? Please put your cameras on. Okay. So if I ask you, look at me, you look at me. The moment I tell you, okay, you have to look at me, don't see behind. Now there is a curiosity in front of you, in the mind. What is there behind? What is there behind? Yes. And that is a negative thought. That is a negative thought. Therefore, in coaching, we say, see, suppose you have to grip the bat like this, or you have to contact the ball at this particular point of the ball with the foot. But a lot of people I have seen in coaching, they'll say, you have to contact here in the ball. You should not contact here. You should not contact there. No, should not tell it. The contact point is in the middle of the ball, and you should contact it from this particular point of the foot. The grip of the bat should be like this. That's all. It should be from this alignment. should not tell कि ये नहीं करना है, ऐसे नहीं पकड़ना, यहाँ नहीं मारना, don't kick that particular, don't contact at that point. It should not be done. Always tell, remember, what has to be done. Never tell what not to do. Nicola Sen, founder of MIT Information Lab, was a great futuristic. And in early 70s, he wrote on education system of Japan comparing the education system of United States. And he titled the article saying, learning by doing. We all understand, learning by doing. There is an old saying that I listen, I forget, I see, I remember, when I do, I understand. Very old saying, बहुत पुराना कहावत है कि मैं सुनता हूं, बोलता हूं, मैं देखता हूं, याद रखता हूं, जब मैं करता हूं तो मैं समझता हूं. I do, learning by doing, very simple. So he wrote there, he told, don't dissect a frog, rather build one. Frog doesn't mean that we are going to build a frog, but you should not analyze too much so that an individual will be paralyzed. Rather help the individual to become a better player. So learning is far more efficient when person or a frog is encouraged to develop solution of the problem. Now I'll give you one example. Training of explosive or power training was being done, and that was a research study on a frog. Okay? A study on a frog, and the frog was being trained for a power, legs power. So he was being kept on the table, और उसके टेबल पे उसको he was tapped. So frog frightening, he used to jump. But after some days, the frog understood कि when the master taps on the table, I have to jump. Condition reflex. So the researcher saw that, oh, now this frog can jump up to 4 meters. He measured, after some day, he measured, and frog was able to jump for 4 meters from the table. So what he did, he imputed one leg of the frog. सामने का एक पैर को काट दिया. And he tapped the table, kept the frog on the table and tapped. The frog jumped. He measured it. The frog jumped for 3 meters. The frog jumped for 3 meters since one leg was imputed. Now what he did, he imputed the second leg also, front leg, and kept the frog on the table and tapped the table. So frog jumped and it jumped for the 2 meters. 2 meter kuda frog. Now third leg was also imputed and the frog was kept on the table. He tapped, the frog jumped for 1 meter. Now only left with the one leg. So what he did, he cut the fourth leg also, imputed fourth leg, kept the frog on the table and tapped the table. The frog could not move. Again he tapped the table. Frog could not move. Again he tapped the table. Frog could not move. The logical deduction what that individual gave is, when we impute or cut all the 4 legs of the frog stops listening. Now that should not be the logical deduction of ours. ठीक है? पैरों को काटने से frog सुनता नहीं है. That is as simple as कि frog won't be able to jump. So we have to train individuals. We have to train them in a better way. Phil Jackson gave some principles of coaching to build a better and agile team. Now, who is Phil Jackson? Phil Jackson was an NBA player, played for Chicago Bulls. He was the coach for Chicago Bulls probably 9 to 10 years. Then he trained LA Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. And again, he came back to Chicago Bulls. And during his tenure of around 15 to 20 years of coaching, his team won probably, let it be any team, his team won probably for 14 to 15 times. So it was almost 70 to 80% result what he gave as a coach. So Dean Stewart is a motivator. He's a columnist and he writes. So he has taken some of his principles of Phil Jackson, who was a better coach, served as a coach for probably 20 years, and has given some principles of coaching. First one, lead from inside out. The coach should be sitting in the dugout or in the dressing room, but should be there in the mind of the players. Whatever plan, strategy, tactics, techniques, X, Y, Z have been given by the coach has to be followed by the players inside the ground. So the first thing, whatever strategy, tactics has been taught to them, has been drawn, plan A, plan B, plan C at different situations has to be followed by players. And that is what the first principle was given, saying, though coach is sitting in the dugout, but the players, they play as per the principles given by the coach. So sitting out, the coach should be the leader of the team. He's not playing inside the ground, but he is there in the minds of the player. He is playing in their minds. And that is the first principle, leading from inside out. Second principle, bench the ego. Now, I was fortunate even to work with the biggest of the coaches in the field of cricket, and one of the very big coach who was the coach of world-winning cricket team twice or thrice. Once he told me, "Ki Ratnesh, you have come here as a coach, but should not keep ego with yourself. You are being paid high amount for coaching them. There should not be any ego. Every player should be equal to you. No player is different. Everybody has come to national team with their some capacities and capabilities, and you have to trust them. You have only these 15 players in front of you, and these are your strength. So should not think this player is good, that player is bad, or that player is mediocre. No, everybody has their ego, and you have to believe in them, and you have to coach them." Even he told me there will be two types of player. One with a bigger attitude, and the other one with a bigger aptitude. So aptitude is the knowledge or skill. Attitude is the amount of force what you put in playing. I have seen, I think everybody of you might have seen playing Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli. Have you seen playing Vinod Kambli?
Yes, sir. Left-hander.
Anyone?
Yes, left-hander.
Yes,
Sir.
left-hander.
He's
Left-hander. A better player than
classmate of
better player
Sachin.
than, yes, better player than Sachin Tendulkar, but attitude was not good, and so he was out from the team. So that attitude has to be given some importance. A player with better attitude will always be a better player. I'll tell you, Rahul Dravid was not very much talented player, not that much aptitude, but then he proved himself as because he was having a better attitude. So 5 stages of a team. Tribe here is a team. Tribe here is a team in front of you. And the first stage it says despairedness, hopelessness, hostility, aggression. These will be there in the players. They may be hopeless, they may be aggressive. When they are hopeless, they become aggressive also. Sometimes they'll shout on the coach also. But then you have to think, okay, they are hostile, they are hopeless now, you have to bench your ego outside. Then lethargy will be there. You will see some players, they are not in the mood. Then you'll have to play your role. You have to motivate them. We should not shout on the players, or else they'll lose their interest. So that, that lethargy has to be thrown away from them by motivating themselves. Focus on individual achievements. If you focus on individual achievements, ultimately the group achievement will improve. So group achievement and individual achievement, both where to place the player and how to take best out of them. And then perfection. You have to take them towards the perfection. Third one, let the players discover their own destiny. So crew versus roles versus skill. In a team, in a crew here is a team. So in a team, they have different role. Like football, goalkeeper is there, defense players are there, strikers are there, midfield are there. Same is in the cricket, wicket keeper, then you have batsmen, all-rounders, and XYZ. So since they have skill of particular aspect like wicket keeper, he is going to play his role as a wicket keeper. And there is a combined effort of all the crew members, and a very good quote given by Michael Jordan, one of the greatest players, all-time greatest players in basketball, saying there is no I in the team. टीम के अंदर में मैं वाला कोई चक्कर नहीं. If it is a team game, it's always we. It's always we. It's never like I can do, I'll do. No, none of the individual player can do anything in a team sport. There has to be a role. Thinking of their skill, you have to give them the role. Fourth one, the road to freedom is a beautiful system, and that is simplicity. More and more simple you will be. Always you will be a beautiful individual, and you'll always take the team as to a better path, and you'll prove yourself to be a better leader. Now, fifth one says, turn the mundane into sacred. Turn the mundane into sacred. Mundane here is daily routine job. During the college days, every day morning, 6 o'clock, conditioning, and player used to, being a BP player, BP student, we used to get bored. Now that enjoyment has to be brought. That intrinsic motivation has to be brought in the players. As a coach, you must keep motivating. As a trainer, you must keep motivating the players. How you should motivate, that is up to you. But then the players should think that everyday routine is a sacred routine for me. They should not think these things to be as a burden on them. So that is a motivational speech you must give it to them. And players are too smart. They understand that if I'll be fit, if I can do something, I'll sustain into the team. If I'm not fit, I'll be thrown away. As simple as that. Therefore, motivation is very important, thinking everyday work to turn them into a sacred work. Stimulation to create emotional response must be number one priority. Number one priority. The biomechanical expressions will reflect the emotional development. A neurologist, Donald Klein, puts it brilliantly. How does he put? I quote, the essential difference between emotions and reason is that emotion leads to action, while reason leads to conclusion. More emotions is equal to more action, and that's what motion, a part of emotion, is all about. So if you are more emotional towards your player, or your players are more emotional towards performance, they are going to give you better result. That stimulation is pep talk, hitting on the point, trigger point is very important. And what has been written here as a neurologist, the same thing has been written or said by our great philosopher, Swami Vivekananda. And he also told that if you want to be a better teacher, and I quote for him, efficiency and energy. Listen, efficiency and energy comes from emotion. This is quoted by Swami Vivekananda. Efficiency and emotion comes from emotion, not from intellectual knowledge, which can only direct the emotional energy. But the real impulse comes from emotion. It makes you to work best. The day you think that in my office I am working for myself, this is my office, I am working for myself, you'll give the best result. The day you start thinking, let it go, क्या जाता है, क्या बनता है, हमारी salary तो मिल रहा है, that day you'll lose the emotion. So the connect between the students and teacher, or coach or player, or trainer or player, is always emotion. The more you are connected, the better result you are going to get. This is for sure. Sixth one breath, one mind. At a time, think only one thing. You must have only one plan at a time. Should not be, hodgepodge. ये plan भी कर ले, ये plan भी कर ले, वो plan भी कर ले. No, it should not be like that. At a time, apply only one plan. The key to success is compassion. Next principle. You should not, we should not bias between the players. कि ये प्लेयर गोरा है, ज्यादा अच्छा दिखता है तो he is my favorite, ये काला है, खराब दिखता है तो he is not my favorite. It should not be like that. He plays better than X, plays better than Y, so he is my favorite. No. Throw your ego outside. You should have compassion for the player. That love, emotion and affection. Not sympathy, I'll say, but empathy you must have. Empathy you must have for the players. That will only connect yourself with the players. So that's compassion. If you have, you'll always be successful. I won't say 100 out of 100, but you'll get better results. Always you'll get better results. Sometimes it's like, team is not winning. Team is not winning. But then you'll have to see key players, what they are doing. Team may not win, but you have to see what are the spirit of the players. If you might have seen the European Cup this time, Euro 2020, the whole game was being played by, England. Chance was given to the opponent and they scored the goal. So sometimes possession of the ball is maximum with the team. They are not able to score. But you'll have to check what was the spirit of the player. What was the spirit of the player? So that is very important. Are they giving their best? They are giving their best or not? Next principle, sometimes you'll have to pull the big stick. The biggest of the player of the team has to be pulled out if he is not performing. Or to keep them safe. He is not so well, not performing, then also we try to, send them inside the field. Should not be like that. If he is performing, well and good. If he is being bounded or if he is being surrounded by a number of the players, in that situation, you'll have to pull him, bring him out and send the other player who can be a better performer. Next one, 10th one, when in doubt, do nothing. Don't confuse yourself. If you are in a doubt, let somebody take decision. Let the time pass and something better will come. But in doubt, should not take any negative or aggressive decision. Can I request Mr. Lahu to please mute the mic? Thank you very much. So when in doubt, do nothing. Should not take any decision while you are confused. And next one, sometimes you have to forget the ring. That is the crown or the championship or the tournament. You might have not won. Leave it. Forget it. Next time we'll try. Next time we'll try. Now this has to be there. Every day is not yours. The other individual has also better day. But then motivation is very important. Okay, we have lost the tournament. We'll see next time. And this is what happens with the best of the players. Best of the players. I think everybody might have seen a player in tennis. Do you remember a player called Pete Sampras? Anyone? Anyone? Pete Sampras.
Yes, tennis, sir. Tennis. Tennis player.
Tennis player. Now, if you have
Tennis
seen
player.
him playing, he was that time the highest number of Grand Slam trophies with him. I think he was the first man to get 13 or 14 Grand Slam trophies. And if he won the tournament, he was same. If he lose the tournament, he was same. Same smiling face. And same character you can see somewhat in Roger Federer. And same character you can see in our MS Dhoni also. No reaction. If he wins, smile. If he loses, smile. We'll see next time. And that should be the spirit of the game. That should be the spirit in the game. Because ultimately game is for the enjoyment. You have not won, somebody. Only one champion will be there. Two can't be there. So how a coach should be? What should be an attribute of a coach? High tech or high touch? I ask you. Question. He should be a high-tech coach or he should be a high-touch coach. Yes, please.
High touch.
High-touch?
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
High touch, sir.
High touch.
Or
High-touch
rather,
will, high-touch will
High
always play
touch.
positive.
High touch,
High
sir.
touch.
Yes, high touch will always play positive role.
High
It's
touch.
going to play positive role, but then you should develop your high technology also. Should try to develop high technology also. Because without technology, these days you are not going to be a better coach. Match analysis is there, video analysis are there. You can't remember everything. Load, compensation, your total programming and planning, periodization has to be there on database. Has to be there in database. So if you can't, at least try to learn. If you don't know, try to please learn it. What should be the quality of a coaching? Successful coaching is about understanding human relationship and managing people. What do you think? Ravi Shastri is a better player than Virat Kohli? What do you think? If you have seen Ravi Shastri playing. So Ravi Shastri was a better player or Virat Kohli is a better player? Please.
Virat
Virat
Kohli.
Kohli.
Virat Kohli also.
Virat
Kohli
Kohli.
also.
Virat Kohli better.
One of the most successful coaches of very good. One of the most successful coaches of Indian cricket team, I think everybody knows, is Gary Kirsten. Gary Kirsten, the coach during 2011 World Cup. The man was not that big player. He was somewhere average, but then he became a best coach in Indian history, and the players admire him a lot, telling that this man was the best man manager and human relation manager. At that level, it's around 10% of coaching, 90% being you have to make the team, you have to build the team, you try to keep them together, what we call it as team cohesion. And that is basically is being done by the best coaches in the world. So good coaches instruct technique, effective coaches teaches player how to play the game. Now you have to differentiate. You have to only teach how to instruct the technique, or you have to tell him how to be or how to improvise the technique also. So effective coaches, always tell the players how to play effectively or how to play the game. Some of the players I have seen beautifully in the nets, nets के अंदर में बहुत अच्छे player है, but then when they go to the match, they are not that well. They are unable to perform. Maybe they can't handle the pressure, maybe anything else, but they are not good players outside of the nets. So the personal attribute of the player, he should be a good person, he should be a good planner, he should be a psychologist, he must be a practitioner, a participator, team member, and a preparer. He should prepare the players for the matches. So as a person, you must have a natural feel towards your player. Already we have bench the ego outside. Coach should be for the welfare of the team, not for your future. As a coach, I should not think my future. Okay, if I do this, I'll be next time I'll be again the coach of the Indian team. It should not be that. If you do for the team welfare, you'll be there for the next tournament also. So be energetic, should be example in front of them, be natural, work ethic, believe in ethical values, fair, impartial. Again, I'm saying leave the ego outside. You should have better sense of humor also. Should try to pass jokes. Humor, laughter, joy, fun should be incorporated in the coaching. Develop your own coaching style. Always be yourself. I started with this. Should not try to copy anybody else. You try to be yourself. As a person, successful coaches are those who instinctively understand that the shortest distance between self and the player is laughter. Fun, joy, laughter, enjoyment will always bring two persons closer. They'll bring 2% closer. As a planner, you must think that the team is paramount. You are there for the team. The players are there for the team. So you must know the capacity and capability of the players. Have a good vision for the team. Set smart goals. And you must understand that all players have different role and all players are different. The capacity of one player should not be are not equal with the others. All the players are different. So you have to take best out of them. Be well organized. Never you should overplan. Be well disciplined. Discipline doesn't mean being strict, and comfortable with the routine. Delegate task. See, being working with the almost higher levels of the team and with the other players also, other tournaments, other games also, I have seen is delegation or decentralization of the power are being not done by the chief coaches. Team has a trainer, team has a physio, team has an assistant coach, team has other physician, XYZ. Head coach should always decentralize the power. Let the other individual also play their role. But unfortunately, I have not seen these things in almost all the games in India. And this is one of the reason I'm telling, not saying it's only reason, it's one of the reason why other games are still behind. They are still behind. As a planner, the answer to the questions of the life is always hidden in details inside your brain. You have to think within yourself. Psychologist, everybody knows that the 90% of all the sport or the game is being played in your brain. It's played in your head. If you are strong from your side, you are going to participate. You are going to give your best results. If you have lost before the tournament here, you are not going to give the best part of yourself. So recognize the role and relationship. Always communicate. Pep talks within the tournament. Give the messages within the matches. Never tell lies. Constructive criticism. If you want somebody has to be criticized, it should be constructive. Should not be like that, you try to bully somebody else. And there is a theory we all have learned in teaching methodology, praise and blame technique. When needed, praise a player. When needed, you have to blame that player also. And that should be in a constructive way, not to demoralize the player. Always respect the players, and you'll never know all the answers. This you must know. I think everybody knows that nobody knows the answers of everything, but then you should have the courage. Okay, I'll come with the answer tomorrow. As a psychologist, there is no trap deadly in life as you set the trap for yourself. If you try to set the trap, set trap for others, it won't be affecting anybody else. That will trap yourself only. बोलते हैं ना दूसरे के लिए गड्ढा खोदने वाला मैटर. So there is no trap in the world which can trap you. The only person which can trap yourself is you. So you must have a better knowledge of the game, tactics, mechanics, simple things. You must understand the basics of the game, advancement of the games. You should be able to demonstrate the skills. If you can't, you can take the help of anybody else. But then don't shy in taking help of anybody else. Nobody knows everything. In the last slide I told, you can't know. It's impossible to know everything. As a practitioner, knowledge and coaching expertise is more valuable than reputation. If you think that my reputation is important, it's wrong. If you have a better knowledge, if you have a better coaching expertise, you are going to earn reputation. It won't be demanded, or you can't think that players will repeat me or give me respect. Respect will be only earned. You can't buy it. So your knowledge, your coaching expertise, management skills will give you a better reputation. So you try to be a better role model in front of the players. Always respect the game referees, umpires, officials, etc., etc. Acknowledge the goods and bads of the matches. It's a player game. Ultimately, players have to play. They have to take decision inside the field, not you. So there may be some fault, but then you'll have to teach them. Let it be any problem, but then you have to tell them this particular decision would have added some better for the team. No, you should speak like this. So don't even overreact to the result. No, not on the winning, not on the losing. Be simple. As a participator, it is important to know when to leave one's pride with humility. Very important thing. कि हमको भगाएगा टीम से तभी जाएंगे. No, it's not like that. If you think I'm not doing good, quit. Quit. Should be a better reader of the match. Should be a better tactician. You should be a risk taker, a better selector of the team, and freshness and joy should always be incorporated in the team. As a preparer, the inexperienced often complicates life with too many options. Think only one thing at a time. One principle earlier we have seen. When in doubt, do nothing. Two things, please remember. Should not have too many options at one time and should not do anything extra when you are in problem. So your future as a coach, how would you evaluate your strengths and limitations in these attributes? The role of the coach. And what is the role of the coach? Whatever subject you have studied throughout your BPEd, MPEd is your role of the coach. As a coach, you must be jack of all and master of some. I won't say master of one or so. You should be master of some. At least 2 or 3 sports science, you must have a better knowledge. So the role of the coach is what is coached, how it is coached, how a coach should be. So communication is the key. Already we have taught, we have seen, interacts daily with the players, teaches, leads, communicates again. So what is coach's role? The coach's responsibility is to create learning environment, better environment. The Latin word for educate is educare, meaning of draw out this and feedback, XYZ. So the role of coach, a very important thing. As we all know, in early or last century, there was a scientist called Einstein. And he describes himself as, and I quote, neither specially clever or specially gifted. He said for himself that I am neither specially clever or intelligent or specially gifted. Then he added, I am only very, very curious. ना तो मैं बहुत intelligent हूँ, ना ही मुझे कोई special gift है, but then I am curious. And that is what makes you a better successful coach or a teacher. General concept of coach and coaching. Coaches are usually regarded as authoritarian. We think that coaches, they say, whatever I am saying is always right, and I am an authority for any of the thing what I am saying. It should not be like that. It should not be like that. You are no authority. You should be playing your role as a coach, as a team member. As a team member. Should not be like, command method. Command method chalta hai. It should be used sometime, but not like. And what we think them, ki coaches are like that. No, they are not like that. The common impression of them is that they have complete control over the player. Okay, it may be there if you are a better touching coach. They teach, do as I say method. These are the what concept of coaches. Therefore, analysis and explanation of a player coach's behavior are unnecessary. And this is so now in every sport. Every individual out of sport thinks that coaches, they are authoritarian, they are dictators. How should be the coaching style? Coaches should be a tough guy coach or a nice guy coach. These are two attributes or styles we use in the coaching. You are a tough guy coach, tough coach, or nice guy coach. You are intense or easygoing, rigid or flexible, impersonal or warm-hearted, punitive or encouraging. Punitive means who blames or gives punishment. Task-oriented or person-oriented. Now, these are the styles of the coaches which we see. And these depends on the situation. It's not like that one coach is always tough. At some situations, he has to be tough. At some situations, he should be soft, and so on. Coaching style, how will they do work in different situations? With the situation, these 4 types of coachings are there. Dominance, influence, steady, and conscientious. These are 4 styles what in short we call it as DISC, D-I-S-C, DISC style of coaching. So D stands for dominant style. Coach is highly directive, decisive. He'll give the direction and he'll take the decision. They guide the athletes with clear, concise instructions, monitor corrections in progress made. Athletes, what they do, they require high technical instructions, but have low relationship and motivational need with the D type of coaches. So it works well with the novice or athletes learning new position. नया बच्चा आपके पास आया, you can be dominant style coach, but it can't be with the old players or big players. It can't be dominant style. When it should be used, when vital information is to be given urgently. Match के अंदर में coach, captain is not able to take decision. In that situation, the coach sends the message inside the ground, do this. That time dominant style is needed. Very less time is there, but that decision captain is unable to think of that, and in that situation the coach has to be dominant. There are setting or driving high standards is necessary. Sometimes the team is not disciplined, Sometimes the team is not disciplined. So in that situation, he should be a bit strong, a bit harsh, I would say, or dominant to bring them in discipline. So when time is limited or decisive action is needed, hardly 1 or 2 minutes game is left, or some, basketball, you have 1 minute left with you and a shot has to be taken. Players are not performing that particular capacity with them from their side. In that situation, some feedback has to be given. Next one is I style, influential. I style coaches deliver encouragement. They are motivating. They talk a bit, and yet they play with the mind of the players. Athletes, they require low technical interaction but have high relationship or motivational need. Influential style coaches, they have very good high relationship with the players. I style coaching works well with the athletes who are displaying correct skill. That means they are advanced level players. They are technically sound, but require more supportive or encouraging coaching help. Sometimes team is playing good, but then they are losing the matches. In that time, you should be that much vocal who can motivate the player. You should be influential. And you might have seen a lot of examples, during the final hours or final minute of the game, the coaches, they give very good pep talks, motivating pep talks. Those are the influential style. When it should be used, when environment needs a burst of energy, players are depressed, demoralized, to bring up their motivational level, to burst them. In that situation, you should be a I style of coach. Provide variety. They are bored. In that situation, when moral level is too low, and skill level are high, players are good. This is what I have earlier said. Players are very good, and in that situation, but they are not performing. Pep talk, halftime speeches. In that situation, also you should be a I style. S style of coaches use two-way communication. They listen the player and they present themselves. They ask their athletes a lot of questions, and then they direct the instructions, encourage their players to take their active role in the team. They guide their athletes technically while providing them emotional support. And athletes require high technical instruction as relationship motivational needs. So S style of coaching works well with the athletes having some level of technical skill who may need emotional for any setbacks they may face. Players are not that much highly skilled, but they want to be better players. Continuously it happens sometime. Players, they are losing, team is losing. They see a big team in front of them and they lose their morale. In that situation, emotional talks has to be given to them. Okay, you can do better. Next, when it should be used, more collaboration is needed. You want to make a better relationship with the players. You are new with the team. There is big time, season has just started and the tournament is probably 3-4 months, 5 months later on, and you have just joined with the team. So in that situation, collaboration is needed, time is there, urgency is not there. Developing teamwork for one or more interaction, one to one. And when sense of security and acceptance is needed, players, you want yourself to be accepted by the players. And you want to show them that they are secured. I am, as a coach, I am there for you. As a coach, I am there to back up you. In that situation, also steady style can be used. Last one is conscientious style. C style of coaching creates a well-structured plan, environment to the athlete, to the tools, program, and necessary instruction to execute this. Athletes require low technical instruction but have low relationship and motivational needs. Low technical instructions they need, but there is low relationship between the players and the coach. So C style of coaching works well for the athletes who are both technically professional and confident with their own abilities. So players are professional. In that situation, C style of coaching can be used. When it has to be used, at the beginning of the planning, I needs to explain the complicated training drills. Team is doing well and coach needs to keep them well organized. Team cohesion, group को बांध के रखने के लिए. When dealing with higher experienced athletes with strong technical and emotional standing, advanced level of players. Now, which style is best? I won't say this style, that style is best, but then you are the best judge. You have to take the decision at which particular time I should be, which type of coach. DISC. Which type of coach I should be at which particular time. D style, in nutshell, you have very limited time, need only to give vital information in that situation. I style, you are to see needing to find way or motivate your athlete. S style, one-to-one conversation, and C style, players are perfect at higher level in that situation. So I have already told this old Chinese proverb, I hear and I forget, I see, I remember, and I do, I understand, in the slide while I was telling about the frog. So coaching is an exercise. Just remember idea. I stands for introduce the exercise. D stands for demonstrate the exercise. E stands for explain the exercise. And A stands for attend to the players. This is what, I'm not telling anything new. This is what we do in the coaching or teaching lesson. We introduce the exercise first. Then we demonstrate it. After demonstration, we explain the exercise. And then we go for the correction of the fault. This is the idea what we do in teaching exercises. So in nutshell, the mud in front of this lady are the players, and that lady is a coach. So you get player as a raw material. They are at their basics. They do nothing. And as a coach, you have to give them some shape. As a potter, the raw mud has to be given the shape in a better way, and then in a market you have to bring the players like this. So if you are not a better coach, you can't give them better shape. Giving shape is very important as a coach. What type of shape we should give, and that is a role of a coach to bring the players in the market like this. And how did the players come in front of you? They came as a mud, raw mud. So avoids old advice. Any life can be damaged by wrong words from right person's lips. वो बोलते ना, चुप रहने वाले कई लोग जिंदगी को खराब करते हैं जानते हुए कि नहीं हमें चुप नहीं रहना चाहिए. Conversely, any life can be healed by the right words from right persons. These are the words of the teacher. Right words from right person. Each of our life has been touched by the presence of individual who made tremendous difference. I think you remember, everybody remembers one of the teacher of your life or one of the coaches of your life. They made difference in you. That individual may have trusted in you when others doubted. When others doubted you, that individual had trust in you, backed you, and others backed away. बाकी लोग पीछे छोड़ गए आपको, and he backed you, saw deeper into your soul than you ever imagined possible. The person provides a kind of word at the critical moment, encouraging smile and or an arm around the shoulder. The real crux of coaching. Real crux of coaching is you have to be with the player at their good time, at their bad time. Anytime you have to be there with the players. And that is the real crux of coaching. So, a coach, what is coach? Coach is the best man manager. So, I have a homework with you. Will you do a homework for me? Answers, please. Small homework.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, will
please.
do.
Okay. And that homework is very tough. That homework is very tough, but very small. I want you to see these movies. I think upper two you might have seen. But Coach Carter, if you have not seen, you must see. Gridrian Gang, if you have not seen, you must see. When the game stands tall, you must see. I think Check the India, everybody might have seen. Gold also some people might have seen. But if you see these movies, you'll come to know what are the roles of the coaches. And the pep talks, what the coaches they give at the best times. So this is the homework I wanted you all to do. So Plato says, you can discover more about a person in hour of play than a year of conversation. And that is our role, we play with our kids. And this is how we understand better. Since you are playing with them on the ground, on the field, you can understand them better. Let the other teacher have conversation with him for the years. That teacher won't understand that kid. What you have understood your players or your kids, or your kids have understood yourself. So that is a connection when you play with them. When you spend time with them on the ground. That connection no other field can attain. Thank you very much. Questions, please. If anything, if you have not understood.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
May I ask one question, sir?
Yeah, please. You can ask many questions.
So myself, Himanshu Dave.
Yeah, Himanshu.
And nowadays, coaches are more rely on YouTube coaching rather they develop themselves by their own experiences. Your thoughts, please, sir.
Not only that, we are very much, enthusiastic in ready-made things. We don't try to develop ourselves, Reading habit we have lost. And what other habit we have seen? The other habit is we are developing the habit of getting things ready. Video habits we are getting. And these last 3 years have been same like that. So reading is the best habit what we can keep, sustain, and develop in ourselves. One person has given one video doesn't mean it will suit to everybody.
Yes, very true.
Or else, one of the most deadly cricket bowler of the world, Bumrah, would not have been the bowler because he has the worst technique. The worst wicket keeping technique, if you ask me, or the best players or best coaches in the world, they say MS Dhoni has the worst technique of wicket keeping, but he has proved himself to be the best player, best wicket keeper, best captain in the world. Okay, so
yes,
you should have a better, thinking outside of the box is very important.
Yes, sir.
This is what I say. Not every time. I don't say that those things are bad. I don't say. Obviously, you are going to get some idea.
Right, sir.
But then you can use them as a supplement diet, not as a nutritive diet.
Right. Sir, one more thing. I think you completed your diploma in coaching in 2000, in the year 2000.
Yeah.
We are the batchmates, sir. I am from gymnastic group.
Oh, can you show your face then?
Yes, sir.
I'm able to see you. I remember.
Hello.
Where are you working, Himanshu?
So I'm working in Gujarat, nearby Baroda.
Great.
And your batchmates were Sandeep and Asim, I guess.
Right. Right.
Nice to hear you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, others, please. Any other question?
So if there are no more questions, then I would like to conclude this
Hello.
session. Shirish?
Yes.
Yeah. May I ask one question?
Yeah.
In India, we observe that the coaches behave like godfathers. So the coach should be godfather or a friend?
See, it depends on yourself. What do you think? There is no harm in making godfather. There is no harm in making friendship with them. But whatever suits you best, you should be selfish somewhere for yourself. If you think I am making a coach as a godfather or as a supporter or anything or as a friend and he supports yourself, that gives you some result. I think there is no harm like that.
Okay. Because most of the times in foreign countries where players are getting successful, the coaches act like a friend, not as a godfather. But
See,
in India, we are having
godfather,
Gurukul
we
system.
usually use the term thinking that he'll support me for selection and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's not like that. Coaches will always try to, get selected in the matches or tournament. It may happen at lower level, but at higher level, you have to show the result.
Yeah.
You have to show the result. So if you think that, okay, that person may be godfather to me, he can teach me better way. If I am performing, it's fine. But if you think something negative which won't help you, please should not. So I think it's just change of words. Change of words.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Can I ask some questions, sir?
Sir, please, you need not to ask permission. Please proceed.
Okay, sir. Sir, myself Umesh from Karnataka. Sir, I observed last Olympics. Before Olympics, Sindhu coach is Gopi Chand. Now she got silver medal.
Before Olympic?
Now,
can you please repeat?
Sir, before Olympics means Rio Olympics, Sindhu got silver medal. In that time, Gopi Chand is coach. Now, China is the topmost player. He was a coach, but Sindhu did not reach the final. What's the concept, sir? Coaching concept. How you analyze that?
I won't say it was just because of the coaching. I would say that 5 years is a long gap. Sindhu has gone older by 5 years also. So there is no only one factor for the performance.
Okay, sir. Okay.
It's never one factor for the performance. You have to accept the limitations of an individual. Hats off to PV Sindhu. Hats off to PV Sindhu. She has got twice medal.
Sure.
But you can't.
Good, sir.
But you can't say every time the individual will get the medal for you. In sports is not a long time duration. You can't sustain yourself for longer duration. It's a very short time. In that only you have to prove. Means your peak. I am telling about your peak. So peak does not sustain for longer duration. Or else Usain Bolt have been there in this Tokyo Olympics also.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir, talent identification is very important in coaching. Sir. What about the talent identification, sir? It is a needed one for India.
We must follow, sir. We have a very big limitation with the population. What I'll tell is that is our strength, that is our weakness. You can say anything, but then feeding a lot of people, so poor country, identification of talent everywhere, searching. I won't say that should not be done. Government is doing something. I know talent identification is being now done in a proper way. Up to some extent, they have started. Let's see, it would be some better in the coming years, but it's obviously one of the very important factor for the sports performance. Obviously, it is a very important factor.
Thank you, sir.
Anything else?
सर एक क्वेश्चन था सर, 2016 ओलंपिक्स और ये अभी
बोलिए बोलिए।
जो हुआ अपना ओलंपिक 2020 सर, मेडल्स ज्यादा हुए तो उनमें क्या चेंजेस अब तक आया है वो थोड़ा जानना। टीचिंग मेथड, कोचिंग
फिर से
मेथड में
बोलेंगे
चेंजेस आया या फैसिलिटीज?
आप फिर से बोलिए क्या बोल रहे हैं, टीचिंग मेथड क्या बोल रहे हैं 2020 और
जो 2016 और 2020 ओलंपिक्स में अभी 2016 से ज्यादा मेडल्स आए, तो उसमें कोचिंग मेथड में क्या क्या चेंजेस हुए आप बता सकते हैं? या कोई फैसिलिटीज के कारण ये
कोचिंग
चेंजेस आया
मेथड
हुआ?
में देखिए दो तीन चीजें हैं। आई वोंट से कोचिंग इज द ओनली थिंग व्हिच गिव्स यू मेडल, टैलेंट इज आल्सो समथिंग, एंड अबव दैट यू नीड टू बी लकी आल्सो, यू नीड टू बी लकी आल्सो। कई जगह पे आपको लक फैक्टर भी होना चाहिए, है ना। कल मैं एक कहीं किसी बच्चों से इंटरेक्ट कर रहा था, एंड आई विल ट्राई टू शेयर, मैं आपसे एक शेयर करना चाहूंगा चीजें। सी, टाइम इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर इन स्पोर्ट्स, एंड टाइम के अंदर में मोमेंट ऑफ द टाइम, फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड, मिलियन पार्ट ऑफ द सेकंड इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। आई विल टेल यू हाउ. I'll give you one quote. I don't know who has written it, but it's a wonderful motivating quote. Please listen to it. Yes. If you want to know the value of 1 year, ask the student who has failed in his examination. If you want to know the value of 1 month, ask the mother who gave a premature dead birth of a child. बच्चा मरा हुआ पैदा हुआ प्रीमैच्योर. If you want to know the value of 1 week, ask the editor of weekly journal. There is no rest. संडे को जर्नल आया, मंडे से फिर नया जर्नल की तैयारी. If you want to know the value of 1 day, ask the daily wages worker. If you want to know the value of 1 hour, ask the lover who is waiting for his beloved. If you want to know the value of 1 minute, ask the man who missed his train. If you want to know the value of 1 second, ask the man who met an accident while crossing the road. And mind it, the final one. If you want to know the value of 1 millionth part of the second, ask an athlete who won silver medal in Olympics. Now that is the value of time in sport. Now we all know that, for projecting something in the air 45 degree पे किसी चीज को फेंकेंगे तो that will travel for the maximum distance. We all know. Yes. But then when it comes to javelin, it has to be somewhere near to 20, 27 degree, 30 degree के आसपास. आदमी के हाइट पे भी डिपेंड करता है. So fraction of second में when Neeraj Chopra was throwing the javelin, would have been let it be suppose 27 degree for him, और 27 के जगह में उसका रिस्ट थोड़ा टिल्ट हो गया 25 हो जाए, would not have thrown for that much distance. So someday there is time, किसी दिन आपका समय भी आपका मदद करता है. Coaching is there, obviously that helps you, but ultimately the players has to perform. Yes. The talent, the timing, the luck is very important. Very important.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anything else, or should we stop?
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Hello.
Now
Hello.
going to conclude. Yes, Vijay sir.
Sir, very nice presentation and excellent. सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा था कि जो इंडिया के जो कोचेस थे अभी हम देखते हैं, अभी ओलंपिक भी हमने देखा है, तो इस हिसाब से जो हम फॉरेन के कोचेस जो यूज करते हैं तो इसकी जरूरत है क्या इंडिया को? अभी देखा
मुझे
तो
नहीं
फॉरेन का अभी
मुझे नहीं
जो
लगता।
आप हमने जो वेट लिफ्टिंग में जो कोचिंग में जो ब्रॉन्ज मेडल मिला है, तो उसको तो इंडिया का कोच था। तो इसके आप इसके बारे में क्या कह सकते हैं?
मैं बोलता हूँ बेस्ट, वी हैव द बेस्ट ऑफ द कोचेज इन आवर कंट्री एंड वी कैन प्रोसीड विद दैट, वी कैन प्रोसीड विद दैट मेरे हिसाब से। We have all the facilities, we have all the best coaches in the world. हमारे देश में भी अवेलेबल हैं and we, the only thing is we have to trust them also and we have to give them respect also. The same amount of money what we give to foreigners, we should give to Indian coaches also.
नहीं सर, अभी देखा तो इस ओलंपिक में अभी शूटिंग के लिए फॉरेन के कोच यूज किए थे और गवर्नमेंट उसको पैसा देता है ज्यादा, और बाद में क्या होता है जो अलग जो दूसरा गेम है उसके ऊपर ध्यान नहीं देता। इस ओलंपिक में क्या हो गया?
See, I would say is shooting is again time factor. 1 millionth part of the second में mind कभी इधर उधर हो गया तो calculation बिगड़ जाता है. But then I'd say कि we have the best of the coaches. We can proceed with the Indian coaches also. This is my personal thought.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
It was actually a very active session, sir. And first of all, I have to ask for your apologies as I could not introduce you properly in the beginning. So please, I beg really your pardon, sir. And sir, it was truly informative session, and you have elaborated all the principles of coaching very wonderfully with the best examples you have given to our participants, and I am sure our participants must have learned a lot from this session. So thank you very much, sir, and thank you once again for being so cooperative during the beginning of the session. So I would like to pay my gratitude even on the behalf of HRDC Gujarat University, sir. So thank you for connecting with us and giving your valuable time to us, sir. Actually, sir is also director of HRDC in the university, GG Central University. Still, he is so down to earth. So thank you very much, sir. for
मैडम वो जो पीपीटी प्रेजेंटेशन था अगर वो ग्रुप में डाल दिया तो बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा।
I'll send it. I'll send you, madam. You please share with them.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Again, thank you, sir.